Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited that you're here. Today we are doing another video game inspired yarn and I'm really stoked for it. So I've done a video game inspired yarn in the past. It was the BioShock inspired yarn. It is on my YouTube channel, turned out pretty good if you are interested. But today's yarn is going to be inspired by Minecraft. I freaking love this game, I'm so excited. And specifically we are focusing on the Warped Forest and the Crimson Forest in the Nether. So these were my inspiration photos. The Warped is the green-blue one and the Crimson is the red one, if you've never played Minecraft. And I gathered up all my tools, even using a scale to try and get an accurate dye stock solution. Not quite got it yet. And these were my only two blue options, and I also threw in some yellow. I tried to mix them up to get the perfect color, but I couldn't quite achieve it, so eventually I just kind of went with it, and I think it turned out really good, but definitely not what I was going for. Have added the color to the pan with some water. Just gonna throw in a little citric acid, get it all warmed up, and then we can add our yarn. So now that it is nice and steaming, I'm going to add my pre-soaked yarn. Because I'm doing two different forests, I decided to go ahead and do a dip dye situation. So this half for the Warped Forest, the other half for the Crimson Forest. And I am not gonna lie, I got a little excited when I was dipping this, and I may have over dipped it a little too much. Yeah, didn't leave a whole lot of white for the Crimson, and yeah, you'll see. So here I'm going to add some true black speckles. The Warped Forest is crawling with Endermen, so I decided to add these speckles to try and simulate the Enderman. I don't know, it sounded like a good idea at the time. And I let it cool completely in the pan. It didn't quite exhaust, but I wasn't too worried about that because I am going to continue processing it once I do the red. And I mixed up my red mixture over here. I kind of wish that I had emptied out the pan and started fresh, but I don't know that it would have helped much in the end. You'll see what I mean. So here I'm just adding more water because the water had kind of evaporated, and then I'm also adding some more citric acid because I'm adding so much more water. Turned up the heat, got it nice and steaming, and now I get to add my yarn. So for my red mixture, I only have one red, it's Fire Engine Red, and I also mixed in some of that Brilliant Yellow to try and give it more of an orange tint. I've noticed that the Fire Engine Red, every time I use it, it tends to go a little on the pink side, and since I already have some blues in here, I know that that's gonna go more pink and purple, so I added some of that yellow to try and counteract it. Unfortunately, I don't think it was enough. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. Alright, so once the color is almost completely gone, I decided to go ahead and just add the rest of the skein back into the pan so I could process all of it and make sure that the rest of that color got fully absorbed into the skeins. And here I decided to go in and add some speckles of brilliant yellow. I do regret this, but in my mind I was thinking of the shroom lights and I kind of wanted to emulate them into the skeins, and this was how I figured I could do it. So this is the yarn the next day, fully dry, and it's giving salmon, pink, it's giving not red. And yeah, so I decided to go ahead and re-dye it red to try and deepen some of that color. So I got my Fire Engine Red out, and I put a hefty amount in this pot along with some vinegar and plenty of water, and then I'm just going to dip the end in and soak up, or try to deepen that red color. Once the pot cleared, I took a look at it. It still didn't look red enough, so I added maybe another eighth of a teaspoon, and then I also go in and add a little bit more that I didn't film, but yeah. So after those extra 2 amounts, I looked at it and it kind of looked like it might be deep enough, so I went ahead and pulled it and decided to wash it and let it dry to see if it was a good enough red or not. Alright, here we are the next day. Again, we are dry. We are looking very... It's got a little bit of yellow. It's got some pinks. And these ends, I know they kind of look red on camera, but they were very not red. They were very orange, and not even like a deep orange, like a pretty light orange. So I still was not happy with how this came out, and I was very frustrated with my red at this point, but I decided, you know what? Let's embrace it. Let's over dye it one more time with the red, and we'll just do a ton of red, and that should resolve it. So I got myself a little coffee situation, and I decided let's go again. Alright, so in my pot I have plenty of red, plenty of vinegar, and then I also have some brilliant yellow in there as well to help with those pinks that are still showing up. And I went ahead and did another dip dye situation, trying to make sure I'm fading it up into the blue area a little bit. I also didn't film it, but I did this 2 more times because it still wasn't looking red enough, so I added more Fire Engine Red, probably almost half a tablespoon before I was all said and done. Alright, and here are the finished results. These turned out ridiculously cool. I absolutely love them. I have already, I am trying to find a pattern to make with these because I want to cast them on. Right now, I want to make a cardigan or some kind of vest with these. I think the colors would be absolutely beautiful. I love where they faded into each other. The color mixture I got there was just, it is, I don't know. These make my heart so happy, but for the Minecraft forest yarn I was going for, these are not it. These are not it at all. And I realized that I am not the best at mixing up the colors that I wanted. And I'm also very limited. I only had 2 blues, I only had 1 red option. Even with the best that I could, I didn't get what I was going for. So I think I will definitely revisit, you can see the little speckles all over. I think I will definitely revisit the Minecraft yarn in the future when I have more colors available. This area right here, this is gold. This is pure gold. If I take one of the darker areas and compare it, you'll see it's like, yeah, this one's almost red, little orange, and then that's like gold. But yeah, so I will definitely be revisiting the Minecraft yarn sometime in the future when I have more colors available to me. However, these 3 skeins turned out really great. They just absolutely were not giving Minecraft. So this little area right here, this is one of my favorites. I love that color. Oh, it's so pretty. Overall, I think these came out great. I really would like to cast them on. I think the colors complement each other really nicely. I'm kind of surprised with how nicely it complements each other. However, not even close. Not even close to Minecraft yarn. But this has encouraged me to reach out, buy some more colors, and I already have another video game yarn in mind, so if you are interested, be sure to follow along for that. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.